Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. Don't miss our post-game show tomorrow night after Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. We'll be doing post-game shows after every conference final game, both East and West, and the NBA Finals, so don't miss it. Let's look at Game 1 of the Spurs versus Grizzlies. Now, a lot of you Spurs fans might get mad and think that the Spurs did nothing right in this game and only the Memphis did things wrong. Well, when a team loses by this much, there's going to be a lot more to point out for the losing team. So I'm going to have to put on my Lionel Hollins head here and focus in on his perspective. So we had a lot of problems here with Z-Bo, both defensively and offensively. And the Spurs are too good to allow you to get away with any kind of small or big mistakes on either end of the floor. To start the game, just watch the lack of effort Conley has on his pin down by Tim Duncan. What he should be doing is running through the space created by Gasol backing up. On the penetration, Gasol is in position to help, no need for Tony Allen to come running at him, or even worse, Tayshaun Prince to get 1 foot in the lane on this help. A simple pass from Parker to Kawhi, splash. Conley was out of it on the offensive end too, as he just loses the ball in the one spot you can't lose it in. And on this play, Splitter screws up containing in ice, but Conley blows an open layup. Speaking of which, I'm closely monitoring the right-handed Conley shots at the rim from my friend Taz Mellis over at the Basketball Jones. He, like many other people out there, think Conley's right hand is really good. I, unfortunately, disagree. Tony Allen's defensive reputation preceded him, yet he was awful on many defensive possessions in this game. On the offensive rebound, he starts walking around instead of picking up his man, who expertly cuts to the rim for the layup. While he does get blindsided with his back screen, he takes way too long to get back to his feet and play on. Another example of poor hustle by Conley around the screen, but Tony Allen does not need to switch this. He should simply step in Parker's direction, then get back to his man. The Spurs are too good to let you get away with this. And this is just an awful gamble by Tony Allen with his man one pass away. A big SMH. Let's go back to the Grizzlies Thunder series to see how Z-Bo was able to post up so effectively. They played behind him, let him catch it close to the basket, and never doubled him. In fact, the Grizzlies didn't have to do anything clever to get him touches on the low block, since the Thunder were so awful at defending him. If they ever did run something, they did it out of horns, where he would screen the ball, dive to the basket, and let the ball swing back around to him on the left block. No double team, as he was free to roam as he pleased. Now, watch how Hall of Famer Tim Duncan guarded him. He sits on his left hand, not letting him go that way at all. And when he puts it on the ground, two guys come over to pressure the shot. So Memphis runs horns. There's the Z-Bo ball screen and dive to the hoop. Bonner will not get close enough to Z-Bo to get pinned back behind him. He aggressively steps in front to deny the pass in the lane and on the left low block. Manu even comes over from the weak side off of weak shooting Prince, preventing a lob pass. As a result, the Grizzlies' offense is dead even before Pondexter almost breaks the backboard. Bonner again fronts the low post, and inexplicably, the Grizzlies do not make a quick pass on top and hit Z-Bo on the duck-in. Instead, it's Christmas in May, as Popovich gets a step-back 16-footer from Tayshaun Prince. Memphis thought they could get away with just having Randolph march down to the left block and get the ball. First, Duncan and Splitter will switch this screen all day, and watch how Splitter uses a quick hop to get out of Randolph's way and keep Z-Bo behind him. With Duncan pressuring Gasol, he can't get the high-low pass. With the clock winding down, it's Kwanzaa for Popovich as Prince burps up another long two. Here's an ill-conceived set from Hollins. Z-Bo sets a ball screen but doesn't make contact. If Conley wanted to attack, he couldn't because Gasol and Prince are in the way. That leaves a reversal for a Z-Bo post-up. Look how diligent Bonner is in staying on Z-Bo's high side, daring them to throw a lob. From here on out, Z-Bo's head was simply messed up as he drops the ball out of bounds instead of getting a layup and doesn't roll on this ball screen, allowing the defense to swarm Conley and steal it from him. Back in the OKC series, Scott Brooks refused to double-team Randolph and he lost the series because of it. The Spurs will not let that happen, sending Green over off the horrific shooting Tony Allen. Tim Duncan uses the same swim move that Splitter executed earlier to not allow Z-Bo to get leverage in the post. He resorts to just pushing Duncan out of the way, but Kawhi Leonard has no problem leaving the human bricklayer Tayshaun Prince to help out. To make matters worse for Z-Bo, they continually picked on him by screening the ball with whomever he was guarding, for reasons pretty self-explanatory. Here's a quick sideline screen and roll, and Parker had lots of room to hit a mid-range shot in Randolph's face. The Spurs are going to try and destroy Z-Bo on the perimeter every chance they get, but the rest of the defense can't get stuck overhelping out of position and allow Bonner to get wide open looks. If Memphis is going to allow the Spurs ball handlers to use the screen and hedge, they'll have to switch and keep the guard on Bonner to stop these kinds of shots. The idea behind ice is to allow the screener's man to contain while also taking away the roll to the hoop. If Gasol gets too aggressive on this, he forces Arthur to rotate onto Duncan. This clears up all kinds of space for Bonner to nail another three. So there you have it, sports fans. There's no doubt in my mind the Grizzlies will come back and play a lot better. We've seen them be down in these playoffs before and come back and really do some damage. So the real question is, will Conley come and play with more energy and lead better? Will Tony Allen stop running all over the place and being a liability on defense? Will Z-Bo get some better touches down low? Will they get more creative in getting it to him down there? Because they're going to have to, the way that Duncan and Splitter and Diaw and Bonner can play defense against him. And will they stop the guys like Green and Bonner from getting those wide open looks? Those are all keys to the series either way. And it's no doubt in my mind that the Memphis Grizzlies will get back in this series, and we're going to have a really good one that'll go 7 games. Well, thanks for joining us. Don't miss our Game 2 post-game show tomorrow night, and after every Western Conference and Eastern Conference game, plus the NBA Finals games. And don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?